Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my deck tech for Magic Arena. Let's jump right into Mono Green Elves for Standard. This is a combo deck. The goal is to ramp into Vanquisher's Banner or Beast Whisper as early as possible. We'll talk about the mana dorks that are going to let us do that here in a minute. But when you cast out Vanquisher Barriers, Banner, you're going to declare Elves as your chosen creature type. What it's going to do is going to let you draw a card every time you're going to cast a creature, and we're only playing Elves, so every time you cast an Elf. But it's also going to buff you with a +1/+1. Beast Whisper is pretty much going to do the same thing, except it's not going to buff you. So every time you cast a creature or cast an Elf, you're going to draw another card, right? So altogether, this gives you some opportunity for some serious card advantage, especially if you get them both out. So how do we get there? Well, we're going to play to really take advantage of our card draw. We need the mana to cast out those cards, right? So this deck we play 10 mana dorks all together. We play 4 Llanowar Elves, 2 Druid of the Cowl, and 4 Marwyn the Nurturer. Llanowar Elves and Druid of the Cowl really don't need an explanation. You know, turn 1, turn 2, you're dropping them down, you tap them for 1 green mana. Marwyn can quickly grow out of control, especially once you get your engine out of line. You know, you're casting out a 1, 2, or even 3 drop cost creature, elf, draw a card, cast another one, you're putting counters on Marwyn, you're growing Marwyn, able to tap her for more mana to cast out more elves. So not only does she help you cast the cards you're drawing, but she can also put some serious pressure on your opponent pretty quickly in this deck. So some of the talking about putting pressure on our opponents there. We line up with Pelt Collector, Elvish Caller, and Steel Leaf Champion. With a turn 1 Llanowar Elf, we can easily drop a 5/4 Steel Leaf Champion and be swinging in there on turn 3 for 5, which is could be pretty devastating for a lot of people, especially if they're a slower mid-range deck. Pelt Collector triggers off a lot of different things in our here that we have in our deck. And once you get that card engine online, you could easily get drop a Pelt Collector, drop a 2/3, drop a 5/4, and next thing you know, you have a 3/3 Pelt Collector that you're going to be swinging with. And if it has the Elvish Caller out with him as well, you have a 4/4. So that's pretty awesome. And the fact that once it has 3 or more counters on it, you get trampled with that thing. That could be pretty devastating for some decks. I mean, that could be a closer right there. You can also use your mana that you have to bring out more Clan Callers. Thorn's Lieutenant, it's another place for us to dump our mana. And if we are playing any of the removal heavy decks, you know, when they're targeting Thorn Lieutenant, it's given us a little bit of value because we're getting another token. But I like it because it gives you a place to dump some of your mana if you're not getting the creatures that you need. Reclamation Sage, twofold, you drop a Rec Sage and you're destroying an artifact or an enchantment. The enchantment, I think, has a lot of value there because you have a lot of these decks that are trying to lock you out with their enchantments. They're taking your permanents away, and if you can, if they take their permanent away and you can drop a Rec Sage, you can get that permanent back. So that's pretty cool. Vivian Reed, we play a couple Vivian Reed. Same thing. You know, you're +1. Really, you're going to +1 and look at the top 4 cards. You're either grab a land or a creature. Since all we're playing is elves, it just feeds into that engine once it's online. You can also use it to get rid of pesky flyers because we don't really have any evasion here. And this is really our only way to get rid of that evasive creatures, those flying creatures. We can also target enchantment and artifacts just like our Rec Sage can. But you're really what I like to use Vivian Reed for is to put my opponent on a clock. I mean, within 4 turns, you know, turn 3 turns, you're getting it up to 8. Turn 4, you're going to ultimate. And once you get that emblem out, I mean, having +2/+2 vigilance, trample, and indestructible for all the elves that you're dumping on the board, once that happens, or even gets close, the majority of people, and I think you're going to see that when we start playing, the majority of people, they're just going to concede. I mean, that's just, it's so hard to deal with. I mean, there's no way to interact with the emblem, and it's so hard to get rid of once they're indestructible, vigilance, trample, +2/+2, and you got 10 elves on the board. I mean, it's game over. It's pretty sick. As far as lands go, I only play a total of 18 lands, so I'm playing 2 Memorial to Unity and 16 Forests. And with the other 10 ramp that I have, we're really playing like 10 mana sources, and then Morrowind, she can get pretty out of control. So I've had Morrowind all the way up to being a 10/10 with 6 forests on the battlefield and a couple other mana dorks, and I could pretty much just cast out whatever I'm drawing. I've even got to the point, and hopefully you see that when we're playing, that I have to discard cards because I've drawn so many and cast out so many cards. The Memorial to Unity, if there's a board wipe, or if they're able to kind of stifle you a little bit at the beginning and knock out some of your guys, knock down some of your elves, you can use that Memorial to Unity to you sack it, and you look at those cards, and there's a pretty good chance that 1 out of 5 of those cards are going to be a creature card. And then you're going to be able to get it in your hand, cast it out, and just start the whole cycle over again, right? So that's pretty much why we're playing those 2. I don't want to play more than 2 because I don't really want to end up in my opening hand. I don't really want a card that's going to enter the battlefield tapped for mana, right? So let's look at the list. Mono green elves. So what we're doing with the mono green elves, it's 4 Llanowar elves, 4 Pelt Collector, 2 Druid of the Cowl, 4 Elvish Clan Caller, 4 Thorn Lieutenant, 4 Marwyn the Nurturer, 4 Reclamation Sage, 4 Stillleaf Champion, 4 Beast Whisperers, 4 Vanquisher's Banner, 4 Vivian Reed, 2 Memorial to Unity, and 16 Forests. Now, I know you're going to say, hey, why are you running the 4 Vivian Reed and the 4 Marwyn? Aren't you afraid they're going to get stuck in your hand? Sometimes you want to hold those back, so if they do board wipe, or they do kill, or they do take control of your permanent, you can get those legendary creatures and legendary planeswalkers right back out. So let's go ahead and jump over and see what that looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Magic Arena. I already loaded my mono elves, and just to show you, gold tier 3. I got to gold tier 1 with this deck, but I got to the last 2 playing the Boros aggro. So let's jump over and see how it plays. Oops, sorry. All right, so now we're waiting. All right. Always waiting, right? Seems like we're always waiting anyway. Only 39 more seconds. Oh, here we go. Looks like we got a challenger finally. All right. Perfect. This is actually a pretty darn good opening hand. So I'm going to keep it. We're going to have our engine on pretty quick. I guess it just depends on Perizadis, whatever they're playing there. So let's see. Okay. I think you're going to be able to get a pretty good idea of what this deck is going to do. I also like to line up the way I'm going to cast or the way I'm going to play out my cards. That's just something I like to do. I don't know, I've seen a few other people do that too, but it just so I remember how I want to do things there. Yeah, and then I got to get rid of something, so I'm actually going to get one of these Llanowar Elves since I started with 3 in my hand. Oh, let's see what they take. Little land destruction, hand disruption there, huh? Yeah, that happens. It's all good. Alright, so... Oh, we drew into the... I just feel like that's what has to come out. Alright, we're bringing that out. Especially since he took away my card draw. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and start swinging on turn. And even though it is a combo deck and you're trying to draw cards, I also just want to beat face as soon as possible and start swinging. So... So we draw next. We're going to swing for 5 next. Drill bit. Diver of his hand. He's probably going to get rid of Morrowind. Maybe the Pelt Collector. We'll see. I would get rid of Morrowind, though. But then again, I know what this deck's about to do. I guess they're trying to figure it out because they're not sure what they're going to do. Yep, I would get rid of that. That's good. Good play. Good play. And that, my friends, is why we play 4 of them. Swing for 5. The next turn we're going to have 5 mana on board, so if we can get hopefully we draw into a Vanquisher's Banner, and if we do, we'll be able to cast it. Nope, but that's okay. Next turn, Vivian Reed. And we're going to swing with everybody. So that's turn 3, we're swinging with 10. It's turn 4, we're swinging with 10. 8? Sorry, my math is not so good right now. Insomnia does that. I'm thinking we want her. We just want we want to draw into another Beast Whisperer. That's +1. My newest friend. Yep, you're gonna see that a lot when you play this deck. If they can't get you under control within the first couple turns, I mean, you just start dumping elves on the board and they concede. Even when you're playing against some of the top tier decks. So let's go ahead and play again. I like to put out. I like to play for about a half hour with the deck tech. So you'll see the deck tech, kind of see what I'm putting in there, kind of explain why I'm putting it in there, and then I like to just jump right onto Arena and show you what it's doing. I know some people like to do their deck tech and all they do is kind of go through the cards, and then you don't really see how that really plays out. And then some folks, they like just show you jump into Arena and they kind of show you the deck and they just zoom over all the cards and then they go right into playing it. But I thought I'd try a different approach, so hopefully y'all like it. Fizz Zipper. Not sure what that is. You know, I probably shouldn't keep this hand, but I'm gonna go ahead and you know, I'm gonna mulligan to 6. Believe it or not, that's a better hand. Unless they nuke. Yep, I'm gonna keep that right on top. Perfect. I mean, if they nuke my Llanowar Elf, maybe it wasn't the best decision. Yeah, good decision. I will see your Llanowar Elf, and I will pass it back to you. Let me do this. This goes back here. Okay. And luckily for me, I don't play any artifacts or enchant. Well, I do play artifacts, so we'll drop this. That. Next turn, we're dropping the Beast Whisperer. That's turn 3 Beast Whisperer. And turn 4, the engine starts. It really just depends on how your opening hand shakes out. I mean, you can easily be you know, swinging for 5 on turn 3 is a pretty aggressive deck. Or you're going mid range, no blocks. We're going mid range. Okay. So we could take 6 again. We're just gonna have to. Hopefully he doesn't have some sort of fight spell in his hand. Either making me deal damage to myself or making me fight one of his creatures. I might be a little bit in trouble then. Right now I got 5 mana open. No flyers, so there's no trigger there. With that insect warrior. Yeah, I'll take 7 this time. No blocks. And you know, I've been all the way down to 2 and had someone at like 30 and still been able to swoop in and knock them out. So you don't have to worry about that. Let's play our land for turn. I think we play... Yeah, we play this. That gives us 2 mana open to cast out another Clan Caller. And we're gonna cast that. And we still have a grip full of cards, and that's what's up. Alright. I got no... How about no attacks? Yeah, no attacks. Not yet. Let's see what they do. We got a 7/8, so we'll have to sack these 2 guys. Yep, that's pretty good. Man, see? I see that so often. I mean, he had a pretty good board state, but there's no way they're going to stop me from just keep puking out and casting out elves. It's just a swarm. Very rarely do you get to finish a game. Every once in a while, you get someone who thinks they're going to be able to dig their way out of it. Or someone that's just cool and likes to see what people's decks are doing. But I'm really liking this. Now, I do play Elves in Modern. It's one of my 5 decks that I play. But I don't, because of work, I don't get to play Modern as often as I'd like to. And I just got out of MTGO. I sold all my cards, and I just play Arena now. The graphics and the interface is just so much better. Now they just got to port more cards over into Arena. Let's see how long we have. Yeah, so we got another 15 minutes. So that'll get you, if you like the video, hopefully you hit the like button. Xenoplague. Let's see how you're doing. What deck are you going to play? Yeah, we'll keep it. It's very minimum. We got a turn 2 Thorn Lieutenant. And we got a few more things to get situated here, but each of the girls are going to be able to stream on their machines here shortly too. Maybe that can be one thing we do, is kind of make a quick video and so you can see what our little computer room looks like, our little setup. Yeah, no mana, so I think we're gonna swing. Stay aggressive, right? Like the cheerleader say, be aggressive, be aggressive. Man, if my 6-year-old who was here, she'd be jumping around saying she loves being a cheerleader. All right. I was hoping they'd fall for it. They'd block and help me clear the board. I'm thinking what we need to do is this. That is the order of play. Nope. Come on, block it. Not gonna block it. That's okay, though. Uh-oh. We're not drawing any Druid of the Cowl, or a Llanowar Elf would be really nice right now. Or another Forest, but only running 18, that's what happens. Sometimes you get a little bit of mana screwed there. And even with only running 18 lands, I've flooded before too. And that's always some feel bads. What are they going to do with that Runaway Steamkin? I'm going to sack both my guys here. Oh, no. I guess I won't be doing that. So I'll take 6, double lock in there, praying that I get another Forest, or I'm going to need another Forest. Yeah. Let's see where we go. Just because I think if I throw the Marwyn out, I'm probably going to get Lightning Striked. Oh. Risk Factor is a good card. Oh, do I go within death range? I'm going to decline and let them draw 3 cards. It's probably the wrong choice. Usually it's the wrong choice. Oh, that's great. Yeah, unfortunately this one, I got a little mana screwed and a little greedy on my opening hand. I should have mulliganed. You really want to have turn 1, turn 2 play when you're playing this deck. And I have gone all the way down to three cards and eked out a win with this deck. So, Chain Wheelers are always awesome. I know see right here, you'd see a lot of people conceding. I'm gonna let this person win. I mean, that's what we're here to do, right? We're here to play. We're here to have some fun. I'm having fun, and even though I know they're about to kill me. I'll hit the battlefield. They're going to shock it. They're going to swing for, what is that, 9? Nope, they're just going to lightning strike me. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, let me get a good game in here. Good game, good game. Okay. Little sportsmanship. Good game. Alright, so we got 2 wins, 1 loss. And you can really see what this deck is doing, right? So let's hit play. One more time. Well, I just hit the live watch. It's I have a really low output right now. Should have been saving it too. All right, one more game. Hopefully this it stops freezing and starts playing, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So if you're watching live, which doesn't look like anyone is, but if you are, you're going to see a lot of buffering. But if you're not watching live, I'm going to end this in a couple minutes, and if you're watching in the archive or in the playlist, it should flow right through once it's uploaded. Saved. Typhoon. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Turn 1 Pellet Collector. Blue, green. Okay. Turn 2. Thorn Lieutenant. Trigger Pellet Collector. Swing in for 2. Get him. Said, get him, Leroy. All right. Yeah. Oh, they're ramping into something. 4 colors. Playing 3 colors. Playing 3 colors? 3 colors. Alright, so let's throw it out. Put a Thor Lieutenant on the board. Swing for 4. All attacks. Full steam ahead, right? Get him. Get him, Ray. That's your plan, Ray? Get him. Alright. They must be doing something with the guilds there, because they're pulling out lots of guild gates. Alright, so we're going to drop a Marvel the Nurturer, and then we're swinging for 6. Yeah, after this game, I'm going to shut it down, and then that'll be it for the standard Elves. Kind of see what I'm doing here. I really like playing this deck. It's a lot of fun. Oh yeah. Well, I'll swing for 5. I guess I could have cracked the memorial, but not yet. We're pretty much within striking range here, depending on what they do. Yeah. And that's it right there. Vanquisher Barrier. Vanquisher's Banner. Naming Elves. No attacks yet. I'd rather him swinging at me for 8, which they're probably not going to do. They're going to burn me out. Some neat artwork on that too. Oh, Ral. Yeah. Of course it's another one of those. Well, I'm gonna lose one of my Thor Lieutenant to get rid of Frau. Don't like that he's sitting there blasting us.